So here we have a slightly used 2014 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter. This one sits on a 2500 chassis, white on black leather, custom fitted. Powertrain consists of a 2.1 liter twin turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. Gets 161 horsepower, 265 pound-feet of torque, I believe. And then you have a 7-speed automatic transmission. This thing just has a little over 32,000 miles, but once we get to the inside, you'll see why this is so cool. To the front end, we have aftermarket LED fog lights, halogen headlamps. But for the design on this, I love how everything's like chrome or white. Just looks like a boss. We get these custom Brabus 18-inch aluminum wheels. We have express down windows on the front. We can control our power mirrors. We also have blind spot monitors, which is great. It's freezing outside, so that's how we control the fog lights. Headlamp controls, we can set that to auto. We do have an air horn here, so check this out. It scared the crap out of me. But all of our light controls are there. And then we have our cruise controls, windshield wipers. And there's the seat. So again, this is custom leather. We can control the seat back here, then the seat bottom there, or we can pump the seat up or down, and then we can actually move the seat back and forth there. And then if you ever need to put fuel in this thing, that's where the fuel door is. Of course, you only want to put diesel in it. But yeah, the air horn on this thing is crazy. But this really is meant to be a tailgating bus. So check this out. Ooh, if I can get this door to stay open. Gotta swing these all the way out. Without them banging anything, but tailgate system's here. There's a screen. You can hook everything up. It's just a really, really cool build here. And then the Kenwood Exelon speakers up there. It's kind of hard to do this with one hand, so I apologize. Got to go through this whole process. But actually, I didn't even realize this. You have bumpers on the side, like magnets, so that connects the door to that, so it actually stays all the way open while you're out tailgating. But there's a closer look at the back. Big shout out to Auto Collection of Murfreesboro and AutoPro Nashville for allowing me to review this Sprinter today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But let's get to the good stuff here. What's behind this door? Check that out. Now this does have satellite, so you have to have the satellite actually hooked up with DirecTV to use it, but TV still works and everything. Remote's there. Of course, you get the Pro Watt system, so you can plug up a ton of stuff if you want to. Then the blinds here. 12 volt USB-A. Control all the lights. Now watch this. This is my favorite part here. Footrest. And I'm 6'3" and I'm able to sit like that, so pretty impressive. But we have bottle holders here. Side pocket here. You see all the controls for everything. Make my way to the back. And as I come back here, I'll just show you the side. You can control this from any seat. All the seats have footrests. And you get back here and you have the desks that fold out, so you can do your work or watch movies on your laptop, whatever. And again, the blinds as well. See the ceiling lights. It's just an awesome coach you have here. Side pockets there, storage there. It's getting a little dark back here, so I apologize, but there are side pockets on the back there. You can put maps or books, whatever. And then poke speakers in the back. And then you even have a separate heat system for the back too. But a super cool coach, hardwood floors. It's just sick in here. But I mean, that's pretty much the bread and butter of something like this. This is what the people want. You can hold up to 8 passengers in here, but 6 in the back, and then the 2 in the front. But just a super cool van here once you get everything going. But you can hook up your PlayStation or Xbox too. And here is the front passenger seat. Glove compartment here, owner's manual. But now that we have the inside done, I'm just gonna take a quick look in the engine bay so y'all can see. This does have that Blue Tech 2.1 twin turbo 4-cylinder, which is crazy. But again, 2.1 twin turbo 4-cylinder. A very interesting setup in here. Getting that hood up is a chore. Well, getting it back down is a chore. I guess both of them is really a chore. But anyways, let's hop in the driver's seat. Get out of the snow. So there's the steering wheel there, but turn these reading lights on, see if that helps. Where the tint is and everything, it's kind of dark. But here's the system for the radio. This is a Kenwood. So it has the built-in navigation. Whew, cannot feel my fingers right now. Bluetooth, XM, Spotify. You get your AM, FM as well. And that system is loud. Goodness. But down here, single zone climate controls. You can adjust that. Fan direction, fan speed. Again, I apologize for the lighting, but 3-stage heated front seats. You can lock all the doors. Hazards. And it's so dark. Let me try this. See if this helps. It's a little bit better. Then you have your rear AC controls down there. Bottle holders. You have a little ashtray, cigarette lighter. Then you have bottle holders down there. You have a 12 volt down here. Whew. Now for the shifter, hit the brake, reverse, neutral, drive. And you can manually shift right there. And it'll show you what gear you're in. Right there in the digital part of the gauge cluster, which I know it's hard to see. Again, I apologize. But you do get a backup camera, which is pretty sweet as well. Really good picture. 2 more bottle holders here. Cooler. View of the back from up here. And then I can just cut all that off by myself up here. Sun visor. You have a little storage up here, which is cool. But back to the steering wheel. Go through your gauge cluster here. I'm not going to go through too much of that because I can't feel my hands. But volume and Bluetooth controls are right there. Again, your cruise, you can set that. And your blinkers down here on the side, and your high beams as well. Of course, even more storage up there, the bottle holder here. And then here is the key. And then that goes to your horn if you hit that button. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2014 Sprinter van out on the road for a quick test drive. So starting the test drive in this Sprinter van here, this thing it drives well, it's just very long. So you can kind of feel that in just how you're able to control it. But for the most part, I mean, it's not too bad of a learning curve in my opinion. But it is something that you just want to be a bit more careful with. Now, what surprises me is how good this power setup is with the 2.1 twin turbo inline 4 mated with the 7-speed. It gets up to speed nicely. It's actually kind of fun to accelerate in, but then you also get the fuel efficiency on top of that with it being a diesel engine. Now, so far, riding very nicely, just really smooth, and that's what I want. Of course, you're on a heavy-duty van chassis, so you'd expect it to ride pretty nicely, but still, it's impressive. You're just kind of floating down the road here. And this one's only, I think, $65,000, 32,000 miles on it, but who even knows how much this costs new? I'm sure it was, I know it was over 6 figures, but I don't know if it was 6 figures starting with a 1 or 6 figures starting with a 2. Yeah, coming out of a stop, you wouldn't expect this thing to get up to speed like it does, but it pulls very nicely. I'm going to take it on the interstate here. I'm not going to give it a 0 to 60 test or anything like that. That's not what this is made for, but I'm going to give it a little pull. Give it a little bit coming out of this corner here. Here we go. So not terrible acceleration. So let's see if we can get the cruise going here. And so far, I mean, the ride quality is really good. I don't know what it is, but this is the second Mercedes I've gotten into, and it's the second time I've given it just a little bit of gas and the check engine lights come on. But it's not doing anything differently. It might just be because it's below freezing out here. And it's been sitting for a minute, but I let it warm up about 15-20 minutes. But yeah, the ride quality is very good, very nice. Which is what I would expect from a Sprinter conversion van. And the brakes feel good too. Now, for the money, I think it's a pretty solid bargain you get here. It only has 32,000 miles. Like the powertrain setup. This one's been kept in pretty good shape. For it to be 11, 12 years old, it's not even pulling like to one side or the other. It just feels brand new in here. But just an impressive van in terms of the interior. just having everything retrofitted out, the leather seats, the footrests. This really is something you could take your tennis team in or whatever. Really just your family for nice road trips. And it's easy to drive. Not as easy to park with how long it is, but you'll just have to go to the back of the Walmart parking lot and probably double park it. It's just really cool. And I love conversion vans because I feel like, other than an RV, it's like the ultimate road trip vehicle, but it's something that's easier to drive as a road trip vehicle as opposed to a Class C Ford or a tour bus or something like that. It's something that you can just get behind the wheel of without having to have a CDL. But overall, from a driving perspective, I like how it rides. Most conversion vans that I get behind the wheel of ride pretty well, but the Sprinters for me have always been the smoothest riding ones, and of course the Mercedes, that's what I would expect. But compared to a Ford Transit, compared to an Express van from Chevy or a Savannah from GMC, this definitely rides the best in my opinion. But I want to give one more thanks to Auto Collection of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this van today. I'll leave a link below in the description. And if you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click on that second link down below. It takes a minute to fill out your info. I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on any used vehicle you might be interested in. But with all that being said, this brings me to the end of my review of this 2014 Sprinter Conversion van.